Good evening, everybody, and thanks for coming. Is there anybody outside? If there is, you might tell them to come in, or upstairs. Yeah, would you want them down, please? Just while Dan is getting the other folks down, I'm only going to talk to you for like 60 seconds. Just want to welcome you to Solas here tonight for Marie and Noonan-McDermott's exhibition. I see lots of new faces here, so I'm just going to quickly tell you that Solas Gallery is a member-based gallery. We are very fortunate to be funded primarily by Leitrim County Council, for which we are eternally grateful. And if any of you are interested in becoming members and exhibiting here in the future, you can just talk to myself or Ben here tonight. But although we're funded by Leitrim County Council, artists are our lifeblood, and Maria has been exhibiting with us since the very beginning, nearly since we opened in 2007 or shortly after that. She told me during the week that this is her 5th solo exhibition here, which makes me feel very old. She's an amazing artist. Not just is she a lovely artist, as you can see, she is also a great ambassador for Solas, and she has brought lots of artists through our doors over the years, and we're really grateful for that too. This man here is Louis McLoughlin, also with a long history at Solas Gallery, was our chairman for many years, prolific artist and very talented artist, and we were always delighted to have his work here. So this pair got together, metaphorically speaking, and Louis is going to do the introduction for us tonight, so I'm going to hand it over to him.
Welcome all, and thank you, Maria, for allowing me to say a few words on everybody's behalf, because essentially any exhibition is about the viewer, and in this case we have a whole story. The story is so well documented on these walls, just by going around and reading the poetry and the written work. Gives you a huge sense of what is happening here. But what is happening is memories. This show is essentially about memories. It's a life depicted, and strangely enough, I understand when Maria she wrote down that it was during the time of producing this work she was caring for her mother, and as an artist it's as much about what's happening in your life while you're working as it is about what you think you're doing, because stuff gets channeled through your emotional state and it becomes what you produce, and so that's the depth. And sometimes you don't actually realize what it is that you're producing. Well, certainly I don't a lot of the time, but it is that essential quality of what is in your perspective. And what's in your perspective, in this case, is a life. And that's a massive thing to bring to the public. You're saying a lot of words, you're saying a lot of expression, and you're doing it with aplomb, I'll have to say. Now, I was going through your work there, bits and bobs, and strangely enough, the one line which was printed on the wall out there from Winter Tapestry is, "Oh, if only to strip away the fancy layers and gradually reveal the simple lining underneath." I was just taken by those two lines. And the reason being, I know Maria from over the years, and I know her work, and I know what's going on in her work, and for me that's the essence of painting. Now, outside of what you try to portray, the painting itself is the important bit, and Maria is a very fine artist. Her expressionism, there's just a natural talent for that style without any figurative stuff. I love to bits, that's always been something I've admired, just your technique for producing landscape without really being a landscape, and I think you have a lot of that on show, especially that new work upstairs there. They're really nice. So this exhibition is a story, and we have follow it around this room and appreciate it, and you will be in awe of this woman's talent. So if I can leave it at that, welcome to Maria. Excellent.
I'm going to I'll just say a few words if you don't mind. And it's funny what Louis was saying kind of feeds into my thoughts or my thought process as well. It's the emotions that come directly from the gut, aching to be set free, that compels the artist to create. I think that's what Louis was saying. Time-Lapse is an exhibition that I have been unwittingly working on for a number of years. It was a time of quiet contemplation while helping care for my mum, Maisie, who had Alzheimer's. At the beginning of 2022, on the first anniversary of her death, I undertook this cathartic journey as an act of healing, but also as a tribute to her memory. And what an amazing response I've had. The feedback has been phenomenal. And the people who have also been going through the same experience as I have, and I've had a real joy to introduce them to people from the Alzheimer's Society and connect them so that they could get help for their family members as well. And something that we struggled with for many, many years. So if nothing else has come out of this exhibition, but people have got help from it, that's such an important thing. A number of people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank obviously Louis for the kind and supportive speech. I really, really appreciate him. I love Louis' work. He's a renowned, established artist that I've known his work for many, many years, so it means a lot for him to open this for me tonight. Thank you, Louis. I'd obviously like to thank Gail and Ben and all the members of the Solas Art Gallery for giving me the opportunity of exhibiting this beautiful space. I mean, we're truly blessed to have such an intimate, inviting gallery, community gallery, and the people here. Honestly, I've exhibited in so many places, but the community here are second to none. Absolutely beautiful. And I love exhibiting here, even for the group shows. I love that feel of community. So thank you. I'd like to thank Brian for his help. Brian helped me with all administration work and advertising, and he made everything run so smoothly. So thank you, Brian. And lastly, I'd like to thank Derek, my number one, my husband, for helping with just about everything. But special thanks especially for helping me set up the whole exhibition and for the video work. And lastly, I'd just like to acknowledge support from the Leitrim County Council and the Irish Hospice Foundation in association with the Creative Ireland programme. And this exhibition has been funded with an award through the Artist Bursary Scheme, the Donegal County Council. So I really appreciate all the funding. I really appreciate all the funding I get, and I am grateful and so thankful because it helps me on the next tour of the journey. You know, that this year hopefully we'll be going to Dublin, Belfast, and touring on and on for another year maybe. So this is all so helpful to me. So I'm going to just finish off by, I'll do a poem. I'm actually going to do two short poems. This poem here is, the painting is The Red Chair. A wash of colour, a few perpendicular lines, and the room is staged. With charcoal I block in the chair with large sweeping marks. The structure sturdy and solid, the only thing grounded when all else is fleeting. The red chair, which wasn't red at all, But as the years went by, every shade and variation became red, and she was drawn to it like a moth to light. I sketch her face, a noble face, skin like parchment, her eyes glazed over and staring, lips thin with an almost smile, hair long, loose, the way she liked it. I draw her comfortably into her red chair and stand back. But there's something not quite right. I wipe it clean and start again. I close my eyes and imagine my hands gliding down the length of her fragile frame. It is as familiar to me as my own. I know every joint and muscle from my daily care and love. I turn to the canvas and paint now with vigour, recalling each limb from head to toe until I finally captured her essence. Her soft, delicate bones, skin so translucent, she should surely disappear. But there is no fear, as she sits within the passage of time in the company of the spirits. She lives each moment with reverence, no past, no future, each heartbeat a precious, sacred gift. You can read one more poem if you just bear with me for one moment. This piece is called Time-Lapse.
Is that your mum's coat?
This is my mum's coat.
Oh.
So, tonight I travel back in time when I wear my mother's coat, one that she lovingly designed and created. I imagine her now, the concentration on her face, as she turns the wheel on every single stitch. Tonight I step back in time as a mark of love and respect for a special lady with a gentle heart and a brave soul, whom I have accompanied on a challenging journey as we restitch the threads that continue to bind us forever. The coat fabric in a soft, natural wool is a welcoming comfort. Its rich orange tones emulate warmth and remind me of long autumn evenings sitting together beside a glowing fire. I slip my hand into the pocket and the knowledge that her hand rested there too. I wonder how she must have felt when she first wore it, those many years ago. She, of course, would have been a lot younger then than I am now. Everything about this timeless piece reminds me of her. The durability of the cloth that has stood the test of time, and the exquisite craftsmanship, elegant with just a hint of extravagance. The understated classic style with statement buttons and lining to match, because even that which was hidden also deserves special attention. Like her, this coat personifies strength and resilience, hard wearing, though soft to the touch. Not just a fashion item, but a staple garment that was lovingly worn, cared for, and adorned. Thank you.